Have you ever considered the fact that some fathers might struggle to genuinely care for their children due to narcissistic traits? This may sound hard to believe, but it's a reality for many families. Narcissistic parenting is characterized by a dominant focus on the parent's needs and desires, often at the expense of the child's emotional well-being. A father with narcissistic tendencies might prioritize his own achievements, ambitions, and image above the needs of his child. This can lead to a lack of emotional support, empathy, and genuine care, which are fundamental to nurturing a healthy parent-child relationship. In some cases, these fathers may use their children as extensions of themselves, expecting them to live up to unrealistic expectations that serve their own self-image. This can create a toxic dynamic where the child feels constantly pressured to meet their father's expectations, rather than being encouraged to develop their own identity. Despite the love they may profess, narcissistic parents may struggle to put their child's needs before their own, affecting the bond they share with their children. What happens when a child's emotional needs are consistently ignored? It's a sobering question, isn't it? Children raised by narcissistic fathers often face a multitude of emotional and psychological challenges. They might constantly seek validation, struggle to express their feelings, or even begin to question their own worth. This is a direct result of the emotional neglect they experience. Emotional neglect is insidious. It's not as visible as physical neglect, but its impact is profoundly damaging. It can manifest in various forms, such as a persistent feeling of loneliness, a struggle with self-identity, or difficulties in forming healthy relationships. The long-term effects can be equally distressing. It can lead to mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Unfortunately, these children may also develop a skewed understanding of love, where they associate it with performance, achievements, or pleasing others. The emotional neglect from a narcissistic father can leave lasting scars, affecting a child's sense of self-worth and outlook on relationships. Are there signs to look for that indicate a lack of genuine care from a narcissistic father? Absolutely. Narcissistic individuals often display patterns of behavior that can serve as red flags. For example, they may have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. This can manifest in the way they interact with their children, often placing their own needs and desires above those of their child. They might also belittle or disregard their child's feelings, accomplishments, or needs. This lack of emotional attunement can leave a child feeling unseen, unheard, and unvalued. You may also notice a pattern of inconsistency, with the father being charming and attentive one moment, then cold and distant the next. This unpredictability can create an unstable environment for a child. Becoming observant and responsive to these potential signs of emotional neglect is crucial. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards protecting your child from the emotional harm a narcissistic father can inflict. How can women shield their children from the emotional and psychological impact of a narcissistic father? The task may seem daunting, but there are practical ways to protect your children emotionally and psychologically from the effects of a narcissistic father. First, it's crucial to create an atmosphere of emotional safety. This means validating your child's feelings and experiences, even when they differ from your own. Encourage open communication, allowing your child to express their emotions freely. Next, consistency is key. Establish routines that provide a sense of stability and predictability. This could be as simple as a consistent bedtime or a weekly family game night. These routines can offer reassurance and a sense of normalcy amidst potentially chaotic circumstances. Finally, remember the power of positive reinforcement. Celebrate your child's achievements, no matter how small, and remind them often of their worth. This can help counterbalance any negative messages they may be receiving. By fostering a nurturing environment, women can mitigate the impact of a narcissistic father on their children. What resources are available to women facing the challenge of co-parenting with a narcissistic father? I'm glad you asked. As you navigate the complexities of this situation, do not hesitate to seek professional support. Therapists and counselors can provide invaluable guidance, helping you and your children cope with the emotional challenges of narcissistic co-parenting. They can equip you with strategies to build emotional resilience, a critical asset in these circumstances. But emotional support is only one part of the equation. Let's talk about legal strategies. Custody battles can be overwhelming and complex, especially when dealing with a narcissistic ex-partner. Legal professionals can offer advice tailored to your unique situation, helping you navigate the legal landscape and advocate for your child's best interests. They can guide you through considerations like documenting evidence of emotional neglect and understanding your rights in custody agreements. Remember, seeking professional help and legal advice can empower you to protect your child and navigate the complex journey of co-parenting with a narcissistic father.